company. In the 16th century, the English started trade with the East. The English had to pay high prices for goods bought from the East. Lured by the Portuguese profits, the English too wished to have their share of wealth and profits. Attaining power in this area would result in getting goods at prices they decide. Besides this, the defeat of the Spanish Armada had made England the mistress of the seas. In 1500, a group of merchants under the chairmanship of Lord Mayor formed an association in London to trade with India. In 1600, Queen Elizabeth granted a charter to the governor at a company of merchants to trade freely with the countries of the East. Voyages were made to Southeast Asia to trade in spices. Attention towards India was diverted due to the Dutch influence in the Spice Islands and getting raw materials for the English. The vast Indian mainland could be a market for the finished goods. The voyage to India was led by Captain Hawkins. He landed at the west coast of Surat and succeeded to get some trade concessions for the company from Emperor Jahangir. He also secured permission to set up a factory at Surat. The Portuguese influence in the Mughal court proved an obstacle to the English trade. In 1612, Captain Best defeated the Portuguese fleet near Surat, thus reducing the influence. He secured permission for building of a factory at Surat. In 1615, King James I of England sent Sir Thomas Roe as his ambassador to the court of Jahangir and secured permission for the company to set up factories. Thus, factories were set up at Ahmedabad, Roch and Agra. In 1661, the company obtained Bombay from Charles II and converted it to a flourishing centre of trade. By 1687, it was the most well-established settlement of the company on the west coast of India. In 1611, factories were set up on the east coast at Masolipatnam. In 1540, Francis Day built a fortified factory called Fort St. George, besides which the town of Madras flourished. English settlements rose in Orissa and Bengal. In 1633, in the Mahanandi Delta of Hariharpur at Balasore in Orissa, factories were set up. In 1650, Gabriel Bogton, an employee of the company, obtained a license for trade in Bengal. An English factory was set up in 1651 at Hugli.